Okay, now we are going to talk about a man who is trash.
Oh, yeah, I could be mad at this guy.
Yeah, we can be mad at this guy. So we're going to talk about the case of Ellen Ray Greenberg.
Hmm.
And this case dates back to January of 2011. And I'm going to be reading from Gavin Fish's website, and I'll link to him in the Patreon and the notes. And I'm also going to be reading from Wikipedia so that people have an idea. So,
Yeah.
uh, January 26, 2011, there was a blizzard in Philadelphia, and
Mhm.
so Ellen Greenberg leaves work and goes back to her apartment. And apparently, her husband's there, and he he goes down to the gym in the lobby of the building, something like around 10 of 6, and they have video of this,
Yeah.
of him like going down into the gym,
Yeah.
and then by 6, let's see, by 6 he come leaves the gym at about he leaves the gym at about 10 of, I think,
Okay.
and by 6:40 Greenberg is dead. He comes back up to the apartment. Greenberg is dead. Now, his story is that he walked into the house and she was dead on the floor, right? That
Sure.
this
Yep.
is, that she's dead on the floor. I paused for a minute and I was telling Sarah about Luca, and I don't know. I don't know if things are good. I don't know. And I, I was crying a little bit. And Sarah said, but on a happier note, this murder. So always
And we're
Sarah coming
back.
in, and we're back, kids. So I wanna read something from allthat'sinteresting.com about Ellen Greenberg. And it
Okay.
says, in the years since Greenberg's murder, Greenberg's family has fought to have her cause of death changed. Not only had
Yeah.
Greenberg been stabbed 20 times in the chest, back, and neck, but some of her wounds were absent of blood, suggesting that they'd been inflicted after her heart had already stopped beating. So the husband comes home, like they have no video of him between, like, I think 6:10 and 6:40. However, or like 6 o'clock and 6:40, what they do have is him making a call, and it's a
Hmm.
call to a relative who apparently is fairly connected, and I believe now he's a judge, because of course. So they have that call on
Okay.
record, and then he calls, and then he calls, and then he calls 911. Okay, so I want to play the 911 call because the
Okay.
Oscar goes to this clown.
Help! I need a everything now. I just walked into my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come help now.
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no! It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry,
Where
please.
is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, so you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell where
Ellie!
the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, I think. But it's everywhere.
Okay,
It's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
Philadelphia Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock.
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now, just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down, and I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back, so I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her flat
Oh,
on her.
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? Kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
Okay, I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell on a knife. Oh, no. Her knife's sticking out.
All right, I'm stopping it there because I can't fucking stand this.
That's
Oh my
enough.
God. She fell on a knife.
Well, she stabbed herself.
And she fell on a knife. How do you know that? How do you know she did that to herself?
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Weird.
Listen.
If
I ever have, well, actually, I have called 911 one time, but if I ever have to call 911 for an emergency, like in my home, I'm gonna sound guilty as hell too. But I just like the amount of setup this guy gives. Like, oh, I went to the gym. I was gone for 30 minutes. That's not the answer to the question, what's wrong?
Right. And I want to read this now. Goldberg, and excuse me, that this was her fiance, not her husband. Goldberg went to the gym around 4:45 p.m. that afternoon, but was shocked to find their apartment door locked and latched from the inside when he returned. Frustrated at being locked out, Goldberg tried to get in touch with Greenberg. Becoming increasingly irate, he texted her 9 times with messages like, "Hello, open the door," and "You better have an excuse." That's all I need to hear.
It's not great.
It's not great, sir. This is not great. So we've got all this. Let's see. Because building security refused to open the door for him, according to CBS News, Goldberg forced it open.
That's
stepping
weird
inside.
too, right? Who does that? Wouldn't you call a locksmith?
If I was an angry rage machine, probably not.
All right.
Fair point. Stepping inside, he immediately saw Greenberg's lifeless body slumped against a cabinet in the kitchen with a 10-inch knife sticking out of her chest. She had been stabbed 20 times. The investigation into her cause of death, however, was just beginning. Let's see. Didn't hurt any. Let's see. Nothing was missing from the apartment. The building security footage didn't turn up anything suspicious. What's more, the 6th-floor apartment had been locked from the inside. It had a balcony, but there were no footprints in the fresh layer of snow. So that, if there's no blood, like there's no blood anywhere outside, I mean, granted, this was the same for the Idaho murders, but investigators also found that Greenberg had started seeing a psychiatrist for anxiety about her career. She had been prescribed Klonopin and Ambien, both of which could cause suicidal ideations. But Greenberg's family is adamant that that's not what happened.
Yeah. Because who stabs themselves in the back?
Right.
That's bananas.
Yeah. She was brutally murdered, stabbed once, twice, 20 times. That's rage. She did not do that to herself. Yes, Mama Greenberg, you are absolutely right. Greenberg's family points to several facts. Greenberg had not expressed thoughts of self-harm to anyone close to her and not left a note. In her final hours alive, she acted like someone with a future, completing tasks like filling up her gas tank and making a fruit salad.
Yeah, you don't fill up your gas tank if you're going to stab yourself in the back 20 times.
Right. Disturbingly, one of her wounds also seems to have been inflicted after her heart stopped beating. Explain that. Explain that. There was no blood in one of her neck wounds, suggesting it happened after she was already dead. Sarah, it's almost like, right? It's almost like this fucking rage machine just continued to stab her, knowing that he'd already killed her, but, you know, just had to get all that fucking anger out. Let me see. There is no blood there, meaning she was dead at the time that wound was administered, the family attorney explained. And that's not even the last wound we know for sure because the knife was found in her chest. To say this is a suicide is to say that Ellen stabbed herself twice after she was already dead. It doesn't even make sense. Let's see. Greenberg also had 11 bruises on her right arm, abdomen, and right leg, all at different stages of healing. Such bruising could be indicative that she had been physically abused in the days leading up to her death.
You know what else is bananas about this? No defense wounds? How?
Well, you mean like if an attacker came in, but the story is suicide.
Well, of course, but the fact that she has no defensive wounds at all, you would think that, like, just as a matter of reflex.
Here's why. Because one of the injuries was to her neck and would have, if it hit a certain spot, she would have been paralyzed.
Okay.
So, that's why.
And so that one to the neck, we know one, again, to the neck was after she was already dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she got stabbed multiple times in the neck?
A couple of times, and one in the head, the back of the head.
Ugh. That seems hard to do.
Yeah, it seems pretty fucking hard, and I don't know a lot of people who will stab themselves in the fucking head, as well as you understand how, like, our skulls are pretty hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like every time I watch a zombie movie. I'm like, that seems pretty hard.
But also, there would be some hesitation, right?
I mean,
like if you're doing that to yourself, there would be some hesitation.
You don't stab yourself 20 times.
No.
Anywhere, much less the back and neck.
Right. Let's see. Jennifer Coffindaffer, a former FBI agent, is skeptical of Goldberg's description of his actions that night. He said he went down to the gym, came up later to their apartment to open the door, and it wasn't open. It was locked, so he busted it in. Only if you look at the pictures, there's not enough damage for somebody to bust in the door, she said.
Oh, I see.
But here's the thing. So
not only did he think that it was reasonable to bust in the door, that was a lie.
Right. But if he did make up those texts, right, and it depends on what time the text came in, but if he made them up, even that last one, you better have an excuse, that should have immediately tipped off police to be like, uh-oh, that ain't good. Right? You better have an excuse.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
Or what? What are you going to do, pussy?
Right. Call a locksmith?
Right.
Right.
Jesus Christ. But Sarah, the story has a very happy ending for Mr. Sam Goldberg. Sam Goldberg has never been arrested or charged in connection with Ellen Greenberg's death. He has since gotten married and lives in New York with his wife and their 2 children.
Oh, wow, yikes forever.
Bravo. Just listen, when people are like, oh my God, you're going to ruin his life. He murdered his fucking wife in one of the most obviously cover-ups ever.
Clearly. Yeah.
And what woman is like, no, he's innocent.
One apparently.
And
2 children.
Wow. And 2 children. Babe. Listen, I don't want to, I really don't want to, make fun of her because we all know what she's dealing with now. Right? Because that's not a healthy, you know he's abusing her. And probably those kids. Come get me, Sam Goldberg. Can you imagine? They had the police asked the medical, he originally decided this was a homicide, and the police got him to change it to suicide.
Wonder how they did that.
I mean, and then the case was reopened in 2022, I believe, and they still the suicide was upheld, right? And I'm sure the fact that he has connections, like that he has a relative who's like a judge now, I'm sure that had nothing to do with that.
No.
I'm sure that call that he made wasn't one in panic of like, oh my God, what I fucked up. And you
Yeah,
know
no,
that
just a coincidence
you
that
just know
that it
this
was
is
that day and time, I'm sure.
right. And you just know this is a guy who's fucked up his whole life and his parents or his family just cleaned up after him.
It's given Brock Turner.
It's giving Brock Turner is what it's giving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I look at these pictures of Ellen Greenberg, just what a smile on her.
I know,
What a
she's so beautiful and he's so
beautiful
mid.
smile. And he's so mid,
Yeah.
right?
I don't care for him.
At all.
Nope. No.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh God, this just angered me that this
Well,
like
sure.
when we say like seriously when people are like, "Oh my God, you could ruin his life." No,
No, we can't.
no, we can't.
You and I can't.
No, like
What are we gonna do?
no, nobody can. Nobody can.
Yeah, nobody can.
Imagine her family. Imagine her family.
Well, only he can, right? Like only
Yeah.
he can ruin his life because he
Well,
can alienate this judge or whomever.
right? And the judge can be, well, he
Um,
can't be, well, oh, that's right. He hasn't been tried. He hasn't been tried yet. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be double jeopardy.
Right. I
All
mean,
right.
he can ruin his own life, but
Right. Live with that anvil over your head, Sam Goldberg. Piece of shit.
I wonder how old his kids are.
I don't know. I would say fairly young,
Yeah.
2011 to 2000, probably, I would say under 10.
I mean, I wouldn't, well, but who knows? Like he could have gotten married, right away. He could have had kids by 2013.
Maybe. Maybe. Because,
Yikes.
men can't be alone, especially men who murder their wives. Again,
Why won't they
come
just
and get me, Sam Goldberg.
I mean, they weren't even married. Like, why not just break up?
Why not just break up?
Just break
Because
up.
I don't know. Maybe she had something on him, like the abuse.
I don't know.
You
I
know,
mean, so many men default to murder instead of
right.
just divorcing
Anger.
or breaking
Right.
up,
Like,
right?
because this is like this is the only emotion men are encouraged to have. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's what they resort to. This makes me fucking nauseous.
Pedro Pascal would never.
Pedro Pascal would never.
He would
Is
never.
right. Damn right.